Paul, how are you today?
What's up, Diego?
What's up? What's up? Paul, so you've been with us for what, a couple of years since I met you? I met you in 2021,
That's right, 2 years
2 years
approximately.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2, 3 years
Yeah.
ago. Where were you when I met you, and where are you now?
When we met, we only had three doors. We had a multifamily that we had just bought, and we had a condo in Puerto Rico. So the two
Yes,
family was in Boston and a condo in Puerto Rico. And I used to do Airbnb, and it was something new for me. So yeah, that's where I was about 2 years ago.
yes. And Karina, who was your realtor, who's also
Correct.
part of Fine Investors, she was the one that connected you with me, and then we met in Boston, and then boom, friends since then too. So
Yeah,
it's
pretty
good.
awesome.
Yes, yes. So where are you now? Let's say 2024.
So then after joining the mastermind, we bought another property. Janita and I, which is my partner, my girlfriend. So we bought another property with in Puerto Rico, and we do Airbnbs. And so now we're looking into closing another one in Puerto
Yes,
Rico as
that's
well.
true.
So yeah, we're now actively looking for more properties. We were able to make the properties, the Airbnb, perform better. So
Mhm.
that's like one of our biggest takeaways from the whole mastermind. We learned a lot about Airbnbs. So now it's doing pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, when you bought the you bought a duplex, right? First.
Yeah.
Was the idea always to Airbnb that one or just long term and while you live in it?
Actually, it was just like a house hack.
Mhm.
We were gonna live in it. And it was like the second floor is the second unit is my tenants are my family. So it was basically just to get like a like a cheaper rent for them, and it was
Mhm.
gonna pay on its own, and it was just like the best way to to help them out and ourselves. So it was
Yes.
win-win.
And then now you Airbnb your part from time to time too, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. So you have that cash flow. You have the cash flow of the condo in Puerto Rico, which is awesome. So anybody that's watching, definitely reach out to Paul if you want to stay in a nice condo. And and then you ended up buying one more, and now you're under contract on another condo in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So without giving out numbers per se, if you don't want to, where on the gross side of your Airbnb, of your cash flow and everything, how much has it grown since you joined the mastermind?
um let's say that at the beginning we were just on the five digits, and after, well, this year we broke six digits. So it was pretty awesome.
That is awesome. So wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That is legit. So over 100 grand, and that is legit. Dude, congratulations. That's awesome. Congrats
Thank
to you
you.
and Janita. And I know you guys work hard. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And wow. Dude, 6 figures. That's awesome. Now, as you've been building your portfolio and stuff too, through with like through being part of the mastermind and going to events and all of that stuff. What do you think has been one of those key things that has helped you the most in growing within the community?
um I feel like one of the best things that I ever did was going to the actual retreats, the events that you guys hold together. Just because I was able to network with, like-minded people, people that actually did Airbnb and that I look up to, and I was able to connect with them, and you make those relationships, and you have like some common grounds, and like same backgrounds and whatnot, so they're willing to help you out. So to me, it was like all about the community, just like helping one another, and that's what that was the best thing for me, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome because one of the cool parts is when you go to events or you go to the or you go to the calls too, the main thing is implementing things that you learn so that you can actually see results. Because if
That's
not,
right.
you're just there just watching and wasting your time, right? But you guys
That's
have
right.
actually taken action. And so you actually are investing in two different cities with different strategies too, like the house hack strategy you did, the one in like you've gotten creative, which is really good, which is really good.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, as far as the so you mentioned going to events, what regarding the calls that we have on Monday, or the Slack channel community, what how do you think that those have helped you in your journey too?
I love that every single time we have like different guest speakers, and you get to learn a lot from different aspects, different types of investing. That's how you get creative, right? So at the
Mhm.
beginning it was just, just multifamily, and then I went Airbnb. So that's how I started learning, just like, by different speakers. Um,
Mhm.
and the other thing about the Monday calls is that people keep you accountable, you know.
Mhm.
So if I had a question, and then they will ask me later on, like, oh, did you take care of that, or did you take the pictures, you have new pictures for your listings? So it pushed me to do things,
Uh-huh.
because I know that I had to get it done, to keep up with them, to keep up with the whole group, you know
Yeah,
so and
that's cool. That's cool because basically it's like the group is basically improving the way that you have your like your listings on Airbnb and everything, just
for
because as they
sure.
share, you get a little bit more creative and you learn
That's
and then you
right.
implement and see
Yeah.
results. Yeah.
Everything, like from my listings to bookkeeping, to like tax strategies. It's like a whole package, and I really love about the mastermind. That's like one of the biggest, my favorite things. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know that now we are basically gonna be investing together over there in Puerto Rico in a condo. So and that came by you providing the deal and basically you going to one of the other members, Andres and myself, and we're like, hey, this seems like a good deal. So you're out there providing that value, providing the hustle and the connections over there in Puerto Rico. So
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. Now, as far as the so we chatted a little bit about the events, the connections. What would you say to somebody that, because for example, when I met you, you had the condo in Puerto Rico and the duplex, but you had just gotten it, right?
That's right.
What would you say to somebody that is like just in the verge of like
Getting started.
getting started, but in a way of like, hey, they're they got their property, but once you join, you just your cash flow began to go up just because of the little things, right? So what would you tell to that person that is like, hey, I'm good right now. I don't know, like I'm iffy in if I want to make an investment in a community or connect with like-minded people. But yeah, like what would you tell them?
So at the beginning, I was learning through books. I was reading a lot, just like regular bigger pockets, investing books and stuff like that. It wasn't until I joined the mastermind and that I was able to ask questions, the questions that I had. I was able to be very personal about my situation. And, like when I had questions about how to make more cash flow, about my expenses. How can I make my expenses a lot less so I can have more cash flow? I was able to make those questions on the calls, and I think that helped me a lot, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I was able to get more money, right? Just like by changing small things that I didn't learn from the books. I learned
Mm-hmm.
from people telling me the little tricks that they did on their own properties and their own listings. Yeah, just like little nuggets that helped
Yeah.
me throughout the way.
Yeah, and I know that you've also like when you go to events like and on the calls too, I remember you've taken action on like on price labs, like everything that we were learning, you've implementing. And that's why it's I think too is one of those main things for success for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. Now, where do you see yourself going in for the rest of 2024 or 2025?
Just growing our portfolio. We're at that point where we feel comfortable partnering up with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we want to do now, just partner up with other people, so that we don't have to come with a lot of money, or just get creative with the deals. Like, we bring in the deal, like just adding value to
Mm-hmm.
other people so that we can partner up together. So,
Yeah.
um, just like growing our portfolio. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for
No,
sure.
that's good. And I know that one last question. I know that you have kids too. And what do you think like being part of the community has helped you also show your kids by doing like giving them the creative juices, if I may, from that perspective.
Yeah, so I was never exposed to this kind of, world, this knowledge. So when I learned about real estate and how you're creating that, that wealth, generational wealth, um, yeah, it was just like I wanted to plant just like little seeds,
Mm-hmm.
for my boys so they can start learning and just like being exposed to those rooms,
Mm-hmm.
just learning the lingo, and creating those relationships with other people in the room. And it has been amazing, thanks to you. They were forced no, they were motivated to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and
Yes.
that book. As a parent, they just do what you told them to do, maybe like sometimes. But I appreciate it a lot that they actually learn, about real
Mm-hmm.
estate and about investing. And you don't have to be stuck in the rat race in a 9 to 5 job, to
Mm-hmm.
make it happen, right? Like you could get very creative, um make the money work for you. So
Mm-hmm.
now that's what they want to do. They
Yes.
want to just do the same thing that we're doing right now and just buy properties so they can have more freedom. And
Yeah.
that's what we wanted. But
Yeah.
yeah, just like exposing them to those kind of rooms have changed my life, have changed their lives, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I always say with the FI investors, we're a family. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and actually, they were able to go to one of the events, and that's how they felt. Like they felt home. They felt like they were in the middle of a huge family. They were happy. They learned a lot. They helped a lot of people. So yeah, it was just amazing, and I'm so happy that they have that opportunity that I didn't have. So
Mhm. Yeah, no, well, that's awesome, Paul. Thank you very much for sharing and super excited to see what 2024 and going into later 2025 and how you continue growing your portfolio with Yanira and doing the stuff with your kids and everything. So super excited and let's continue buying some more properties. Keep on investing.
hell yeah.
Heck
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Take
All right,
care.
thanks, Diego.
Bye.
Bye.